Hey, how's it going? In 1 second. There we go. Is that working? My chat program isn't working with people's thingamajigs. Well, that's a problem. Let's see if I refresh it. That works? Oh, is that working? There we fucking go. There we go. Now it works. Perfect. Excellent. Peace to the resistance. How is everyone doing today? I hope you are doing well. I just wanted to, chat as I was a bit bored. And people are posting links. What is this? Who's your biggid fanboy? Biggid? William Jonkler? Biggid fanboy? You monster. Biggest. They are. Perfect. BoredGib Wave 1 PTU. I am waiting for the Wave 1 PTU just like the rest of you. Being an Evocati member is not... Okay, so I have a quick whine now because I've done a video saying I'm not going to whine anymore, but that video comes out in like an hour, so I've got an hour's worth of whining in me before then I say I'm not going to whine anymore about it. So let's brace yourself. It's really annoying because I can't record anything in the Evocati, and I can't really prepare for a PTU 1 patch with Evocati knowledge because the patch might change significantly by then. And actually preparing my brain in a way like, oh, I'm ready for the content, I'll just make mistakes. I'll list things that aren't correct anymore because they would have changed in the PTU. So I have to rediscover PTU Wave 1 when it goes to PTU Wave 1. Now, it's annoying not being able to cover the links. It's annoying, but I came to a decision. I've said, look, stop your little bitch ass whining. It's going to be okay. Be an Evocati. Just don't cover the Evocati links. There's other channels that do it anyway. People watch you, Bored, because you look like a beautiful potato. Like, perfect. Or a beluga whale. These are some of the new beautiful ways I'm being described on the internet. And it's fine, because we're going to get some emotes out of this. And if people want to comment on the way that I look, if I look a bit like a freak, then I think that it makes some people happy if I can bring a little bit of joy into your house by being a whale or a potato or a misshapen freak, then go team. Go. We're all working together, right? If 3.6 doesn't go to wider PTU this week, I'm gonna be. There's so much content I want to do. Obviously the patch note stuff, the general gameplay loops, general gameplay, all of the individual features, loads of series that I want to start. Assuming the 3.6 as well is playable. What I mean by playable is that I want to be able to play it on stream and get into parties easily and just be able to play the game without it being boring and repetitive after the first like 3 or 4 streams. That said, all I do is talk to camera. So there is that at the moment. Do you think one of the reasons the 890 jump was delayed is because they need docking ports at space stations to be operational because it's too big to fit on a pad? No, not necessarily anyway, Shadowkeeper. That functionality is coming in 3.8 as I understand it, with ship-to-ship and ship-to-station docking. The 890 jump, they either will fit on the largest pads they currently have in 3.6, or there are larger pads than 3.6. Do you see what I mean? Who won the 890 jump? I can actually bring it up on the screen. Maybe? Here. Not to dox anything.
You do you boo. It's why we are here.
Oh, you do you boo. I don't know what that means, but I love you. Thank you very much, Fret Wizard and Cradle Robin, for subscribing. That's very much appreciated. And if you've got any questions about YouTube or the Star Citizens or my channel or my beautiful misshapen head or mental health or whatever, anything else, you feel free to ask it. Question in brackets will help me pick it out, but I'll try and read it anyway. So we got this month's giveaway is from My Radar for another 890 jump. My Radar, you are superb. They are actually getting... So at the moment, they've got Star Citizen's moons in game. Actually, might be able to bring it up on the screen in a minute. But My Radar have got Star Citizen's moons in game. Well, from in game in their phone app. It's a free weather app. You can go to any of them in Crusader at the moment, and you can actually view the surface of the moon. But they are adding more moons in there. They're updating outposts, I believe, and coming soon are Planet Hurston and Crusade and Planet Hurston Arc Club, I believe. So some cool stuff coming from the My Radar app. I use BlueStacks on my PC to run it, so that I can use the Star Citizen functionality, which is a free Android emulator. But where were we? Yes. So the winner was Atomia. Let's fucking click on here. Oh, that takes me literally to his. Let me find the actual comment. I've got the actual link to the video that it's in. But well, that's the comment. I'm so excited. Thanks for the update board. You should be excited as you've won an 890 jump in our monthly giveaway. Boom. I didn't put boom, but you get the idea. He hasn't got back to me yet, so hopefully he will. He might have got back to me by now, but he hadn't got back to me earlier. But yeah, thank you very much to My Radar, and thank you very much to Odyssey Interstellar, who gave away that 890 jump for last month. I played with them yesterday, Sunday Fun Day. Obviously 3.5.1 is not the best patch to play in when it comes to multiplayer groups compared to like 3.4. But we played some Star Marine. It was good fun. They're a good bunch of chaps. Good laugh. And there's like the Discord semester ways. I've got a load of people in it. Bam. Right. Talk about some stuff. Anything else in this chat before I move on to the other one? Cool. Atumi is actually in chat. Okay, I didn't realise that. I was like 6 minutes ago. Perfect. Perfect. He probably has replied by now. Have a look in here. Oh no, it's actually now updated with all the chat. Perfect. We're going to see some gameplay today. Maybe. Really, we're waiting on 3.6 to come out. This is a problem. I'm waiting on 3.6. We're all waiting on fucking 3.6. If we're on a 6-week cycle, shouldn't we be coming up to another concept sale soon? Well, so potentially we might be getting some straight to flyable or straight to drivable vehicles or ships in 3.6, which we didn't know about or have been rumoured. If not, then yes, we potentially could be getting a concept sale this month. But I know it's forbidden to post a link, but is it allowed to post a Zelda? They're the same person, aren't they? What have we got here? All hail the King Edward, indeed. A Spud here. Spud is the same as Potato here as well. I want to see the Sonic Professor Dr. Robotnik crossplay. What? What? You want me to cosplay as Dr. Robotnik? Beluga whales are beautiful, smart animals. Thank you. Thank you. Who cares how you look? Well, the internet. And me. And people when they meet me. They're like, oh, you're shorter and more potato shaped than I'd imagine. How dare you? How very dare you? If you're a beautiful man, kill anyone that differs with that opinion. I predict the PTU will be available in 10 days. Maybe. I'm hoping that we get wider PTU later today. What kind of webcam would you buy for Star Citizen? At the moment, I just get a C920 from Logitech. They seem to be pretty cheap. I mean, it's Amazon Prime Day in the next couple of weeks or something or so. So go on Amazon Prime during the Prime Day or sales week and grab yourself a C920 webcam for like super cheap. Board. Starters last week, Hugo Lassour's crew managed to lower a 600i halfway into Hurston Sea without exploding and safely. Oh, is that underwater gameplay? Do you think it'll be possible to do in the 890 jump? I mean, it'll be possible to do in a lot of ships, and the 890 jump probably, if you do it buggily and glitchily. They are going to have probably sort of like water mechanics at some point, and I suspect that it will actually float when they have water buoyancy for ships. But at the moment, yeah, you can probably glitch it. What is the biggest UE ship, and when will we see it? It is the Redemption Super Dreadnought. I think it's being built in lore, and potentially you might see it being built in Squadron 42 Episode 1. I believe it will be in Squadron 42 Episode 2. Stability for wider PTU release, yay or nay? I mean, obviously it needs to be reasonable. It needs to be at a level which is not just frustratingly headbutt a table bad, which is they're going to have go no go meetings every day probably until it is a wider PTU, and then again until it's live. So just sort of like bear that in mind. It will be a couple of blockers. They were having stuttering issues and that sort of stuff. They were talking about that the other day, so that's it's fine to talk about as well. Yeah, so there are crashing issues, there are stuttering issues. What's the subscribership of the month? I don't know. I know.
Bored, but I have to second the Robotnik cosplay. Thumbs up.
Thanks very much, Vulcan Gun. Okay, Dalamars, thanks for the sub as well. Okay, well, maybe Dr. Robotnik at some point. Perfect. I can have a beautiful... Chris Franklin that runs CitizenCon. He has a beautiful Robotnik moustache. Maybe I can borrow his. What was I going to do? I was going to do something for someone for a question. Oh, I'll bring up the newsletter. Where would the newsletter be? I probably have it linked on my website. Weekly news. Newsletter. Perfect. What have we got? Anything? The Origin 350, M50, 600i editions, and the complete 300 series are available through the weekend. And that was just happened. Subscriber perks. Take a look at the history of the Origin 300 series and its inception in the recent rework. Get Whitley's guide on the 890 jump. I'm not sure if I know what this month's... I'm sure someone's answered in the chat already. But I'm not sure I actually know. No, I don't know. As soon as I read it in the chat, I'll tell you. Apparently it's a 600i. Which makes sense, I suppose. A hype to you for the 890 jump. I'm pretty hyped. Okay. I'm really hyped for the 890 jump to be working in game, okay? Let me put it that way. The 600i had loads of problems when it came out. It's one of my favourite ships. But it was loads of bits were broken on it. So the 890 jump is going to be the biggest ship we've got in the game when it's released. Obviously, there will be larger ones eventually added, but it's huge. It's got capital-sized components. It's a massive ship, 199 meters, I believe. Hey, Bod, it was fun to play with you yesterday. No worries, man. I will get on more often and actually jump in with you guys when you'll have me and I'm free. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for the 890 jump. Probably a little bit more hyped for the Carrack, to be honest. We're expecting Wave 1 today. I'm hoping for Wave 1 today, but I was hoping that we'd have 3.6 to wider PTU ready. So what the fuck do I know? 3.6 release date. Yesterday is its its sort of planned release date. Obviously, it's not even in wider PTU yet. It's with the Evocati, so the airless testers. There are blockers. There have been problems with it. Obviously, it's not ideal. It could be a week. It could be 2 weeks. Is there a new ship limited sale coming? I might have missed the email. So not that I've seen. There's potentially going to be a concept sale this month, or with 3.6 live, maybe there's a couple of people said that there might be a vehicle or a ship that would go straight to flyable with it. Nerd love from the Dominican Republic. Thanks, Henry. I'm hoping we get wider PTU later today. This could be your catchphrase. Yes, it fucking could. Why are you giving him the prize? Because it's randomly fucking chosen, pretty much. So the way that the prize, I think I've detailed it in the giveaway, but occasionally get asked. Basically, sort of like roughly, random number generator chooses a video from the month. So it goes bam, this video, and then random number generator chooses a comment from that video, bam, and then I check to make sure they're a subscriber. It's the basic process. All of the comments on that video, if someone's made more than one, just get crunched into a single comment. He's not scamming. But I'm not even giving the ship away. I don't even have the ship to give away. The org that's giving it away has it to give away, Odyssey Interstellar. And that's how I do my giveaways when someone else has the ship. Just let them handle it. Boom. Nice and fucking easy. No one can accuse you of, I don't know, putting the ship up your ass or something. What is your most anticipated possible concept ship? Well, the one that I'm waiting for at the moment is the Carrack. And then probably the Banu Merchantman or the Orion. Are you talking about what's the most anticipated possible concept that we don't know is coming out, but might come out? I don't know. We don't know it's coming out. That's... my brain hurts. How do you feel about Trimp crossing into North Korea? Trimp? Is that Trump's like younger brother or something? How does the crypto key work exactly? We can't talk about anything specific to 3.6 patch because it's an Evocati. This is one of the annoying things about the Evocati phase. I can talk about what Todd Pappy said the other day, which was there are crypto keys, there are hacking chips, and they're used in certain areas to complete certain missions or to hack certain terminals. But that's pretty much all that's public. But yes, 3.6 has some more hacking gameplay in it with crypto keys or with hacking chips. When will the Argo get his rework into a gunship? It's not an Argo that's getting the rework into a gunship. It's the Redeemer, which was an Aegis ship, which might still be an Aegis ship. We don't know. They might have changed the manufacturer. It's getting fully reconcepted from a dropship into a gunship. Have you seen the riots in Hong Kong happening today? Pretty intense. Do you think we'll be able to protest in Star Citizen, make our own signs to hold, and use VoIP to global to shout together? Yeah, I think there is actually some like videos of people holding signs in Star Citizen and things like that. But yes, I do think that will literally be a thing. I think Star Citizen's going to be quite a social game. That's what they're sort of aiming it at. They're aiming at it quite a social experience. What did you think of the glimpse of the Carrack's interior and the captain's quarters? Cool looking. I mean, I like the outside of the Carrack more, to be honest. Like, I love that ship. I love the way it looks. The internals, yeah, cool, whatever. The Carrack's got a bit of everything. Quite utilitarian. It's got a bit of everything. It's like a really compressed capital ship. I think it's cool. And the captain's quarters was cool. One of the things with the captain's quarters is that as a captain, you probably wouldn't spend that much time in there. You're going to be wanting to be on the bridge. Bored, it's been a while for me and I'm trying to catch up on your videos. Are you losing hope for Star Citizen? No. My hope level is higher than it's ever been, I suppose. Actually, it's probably exactly the same. But they're actually starting to deliver. 3.5 was a bit of a disappointment as a patch. I mean, there was technical milestones, and there was some amazing stuff when it came to ArtCorp, technical achievements, the way ArtCorp looks, fucking fantastic. But they broke some of the playability of the alpha, which is a shame. It's not like, oh my god, it's terrible. It's just like, well, it's a massive shame. Like, hopefully 3.6 will fix that. Whatever other people say about me online, I'm going to cover Star Citizen in a way that I see fit. I might have biases because I enjoy the project. I might have biases because I want to create particular types of videos or whatever. And that's unfortunately just the style of my channel and the way I talk or whatever. I want to create videos on Star Citizen news. I want to cover the warts and all of the project. I'll share my views on things that I like and don't like. But I want it to be informative and be breakdowns and summaries and stuff like that. And a lot of it's going to be regurgitation. A lot of it's going to be breakdowns and no take at all. Some of it's going to be my opinion on things, which is probably going to be largely positive about CIG, even when they've done something wrong. I'll probably cover it in a reasonably positive light, because that's how sort of like styled I am as a person. If you catch, because I'm bipolar, so if you catch me on a really fucking bad day, I probably won't make a video, because I won't feel in the mood to do anything. Well, most days is a good day, and I'll be like, woo, fucking good to be alive. I've got a logo of myself on my chest. That sort of stuff, you know? I went off on a tangent there. You right, Nick, mate? What will you name your Carrack and or 890 Jump? I haven't decided yet, or anything like that, seriously. Some of the ships, especially the larger ones, I'm happy to be named by the community, even if it's really fucking stupid Shippy McShipface and stuff like that. But some I'll really think about. I mean, I'm happy to call my ships 890 Jump and Carrack and things like that. What else have we got here? How am I feeling today? I'm feeling alright. Thank you very much for asking. A little bit hyper. Hey, board, does it have LTI? I don't know. I can't remember. Is anyone from Odyssey and Stellar in chat that knows what the ship they're giving away has LTI? I'll find out for you. A 2 minia. What else we got here? When is he getting the prize? I will contact Odyssey Interstellar later today. I haven't actually contacted them yet. I just put it up because I'd made a video about him winning. Looking forward to my 890 Jump 2. Going to be rad. Yes, indeed, Anit. I'm looking forward to the ship. I think it's going to be fucking awesome. Like the thing is that the Reclaimer as well is one of my favourite ships, but it doesn't have any functionality, so I'm just sort of like, eh. You look even more beautiful when the lights are turned off, yes. And if you're wearing a blindfold, even more beautiful. Can you fit an 890 Jump up on Sus? I don't know. Maybe as a stretch goal? Okay. I'm violating the ship giveaways quite literally. Have you played the game Hellion? Yes. I didn't get on with Hellion straight away. I played a little bit and went, this is overly complex for something I want to do. They do a really good mechanic on airlocks and atmosphere and ships. Also, they do a really good docking and coordinates in 3D space. Okay. The space game that I actually really enjoy is From Other Suns, but that's VR. I wonder if it's actually... I can get From Other Suns working on the index properly. What features must be added for data running, hacking, data interception, all that sort of stuff? Well, data interception probably it needs a lot more. First stage data running V1, that can be missions and stuff. Hacking, the sort of like super early stages of hacking are in 3.6, although it's not proper hacking. A lot of these sort of like placeholder and really simple mechanics will get evolved into proper gameplay, but data running is probably the first real thing that we'll have, and that will be on the Herald and that can probably be done in a very similar way to cargo, I expect, in the shorter term. Where is the runner announced, or is it earlier this stream? It's going to be announced in a video that's coming out in about just under an hour. And it's on the Reddit, and it was on my Discord, and it's on the video, the comment that the dude won on. Do you think that CIG will have to meet the ambitious current goals for 3.8? Not the current ones. There will be rescheduling of exactly what's in that patch. The same with 3.7, the same with 3.9. Stuff will move in and out. Then they'll have a more realistic plan for it. Then when they get close to it, some stuff might move in and out again. That's just what happens with the patches. So do I think they'll be able to meet the current goals? No. But I do think that it's important they do have the current goals so we can see what their thinking is. Hey man, you're great. Boom. Space Bro. Like your name, like your attitude. I always watch you on YouTube. Your content is amazing and plentiful. Boom. Amazing and plentiful. Just like me as a lover. I'll be in my captain's chambers with a box of Kleenex. Oh, wow. Ooh. You're not bipolar, you're human. No, No. Both? I just got here. Are we getting PTU today? Hopefully, we don't know. We're waiting on the PTU. I think everyone's waiting on wider PTU Wave 1. Broken playability is right. Walking on a planet the other day when the ground glitched and ate me. Nom nom nom. What's your opinion on 3.8 and its dependency on server-side object container streaming? So, Shifty, it is 3.8 to increase the area of the Star Citizen universe at the moment, even to add another planet or whatever. Really, they need server-side object container streaming, in my opinion. They said this is also going to be paired with full persistence at the same time. However, they might just come up with a load of server optimizations that allow for more stuff or partial implementation of server-side object container streaming or something to allow for 3.8, so that it's not 100% dependent, potentially, on server-side object container streaming. But I'm hoping, and optimistically hoping, that server-side object container streaming and full persistence will have at least its first sort of like test towards the end of this year. Because I would expect that they would go, right, we're going to test server-side object container streaming, we're going to test full persistence, putting it in the 3.8 patch, bam. We're not going to say no more resets yet. We're going to wait for the next, we're going to wait to 3.9, and then, or maybe even 4.0. Maybe that's the big thing, 4.0 they've got planned, will be full persistence. Like that said, I do genuinely think that patch numbers are irrelevant to what they are going to put in the patch. The patch numbers are just there to say, it's one greater than the last one, because they've basically they want to do a 3-monthly date release model, time release, rather than content release. So they're not saying we're holding this patch back for this unless they have to. Obviously, with the case of 3.6, it has been delayed, which is not great. But I mean, if it's only a week or two, fine. If it's a month or two, that's a little bit less forgivable. I doubt ground eating will be fixed until beta. 10 plus years away. I think that's a little harsh. If they plan on making bathrooms functional for the game, who is in charge of making the using the toilet sound effect, and how do I get their job? It'll be Foley sounds. It'll probably be, I know, someone drinking a beer. Something like that. Slowed down. Or like an otter headbutting a wall. Just sped up. Something like that. You say captains don't spend that much time in their quarters, but I seem to remember spending quite a bit of time aboard the Normandy, fangirls in a sari, and the dirty kebab that was how dare you? How many jumps could the 890 jump if the 890 could jump? Probably, and I mean, it might be self-sufficient. What is your favourite ship you own? My Javelin. Currently in game, fighter-wise, it's the Sabre. Although I do love the Arrow as well. Reclaimer's pretty cool. Should Captain's Quarters have some extra functionality perks that only the Captain could access? Well, they sort of do. Like, okay, so there's going to be permissions and ships. So some doors and some consoles and some MFDs will only be accessible by people you give permission to. The Captain should have access to all of them. See what I mean? So that could be literally, you can't open the Captain's door unless he's given you access. You can't go into his little bedroom unless he gives you access. Only he can go in there. Some of the MFDs are going to be for Captain's eyes only, effectively. Any idea when HDR will be implemented in Star Citizen? I suspect that it is planned. Go to the Squadron 42 roadmap. You go to the optimization of core tech. So Q1 of 2020 is the sort of like time I suspect they'll be getting that sort of optimization in the game. I'm a developer, and I kind of feel that there's a bit of a feature creep in Star Citizen, and undue attention being paid to random stuff that doesn't really contribute to anything in Star Citizen. Do you think the devs would get further if they simply stuck to the formula of ships, levels, NPCs, etc.? So Star Citizen sort of like lives and dies on its funding model and its sort of agile development. I do think they'd probably get more done, or at least more released quicker if they weren't on the sort of like quarterly reschedule and that agile formula. That's what I think. I think that a lot of undue attention is just the way they just cover things, rather than it actually being given undue attention. Stuff. Okay, some stuff does have undue attention, I suppose. When you look at some things that get a bit of focus, they sort of like push something and they reschedule stuff. It's not necessarily the same way I'd do it, but that's because I don't know the whole high-level plans of everything they've got. So some stuff might look like undue attention, or some stuff might look like, why are you working on that? And I suspect some of it's inefficiency, some of it's they thought it was a good idea, and some of it's that we can't see the greater master plan. Yeah, there's certainly stuff I'd try to improve, especially with hindsight on the project. But I do like what they're producing now. And I don't see much in the way of feature creep anymore. There has been feature creep in the past. Anything now, feature creep-wise, is just them trying to fulfill the current feature list. So sometimes they go, well, let's add this in, or let's add this in as part of that. So adding salvage yards as part of like law and black market gameplay, that's just part of the economy and system in general. And outlaw gameplay, that's not feature creep. At least the muggy weather has eased off a bit in Southampton, indeed. It's still reasonable muggy in my room, though. When will the alcohol be drinkable on the 600 and 890 jump? I'm expecting that actually for 3.7. I'm expect bartender and drinks and that sort of thing updates. Do you think the 890 jump will launch with the ship customizer? No, I think it's probably too big. I was thinking that maybe the Vanguard would. We're not really sure of their sort of like process of what ships are going to be getting the ship customizer treatment when it comes to being able to buy them straight away from the website. Is it going to be all new ships that are built? Is that part of the pipeline now? Is it just going to be some? Is it going to be ones that they want to add before like putting more and more in? Any idea for the 3.7 secret Todd Pappy hinted about? No. There are things that they are working on for 3.6, 3.7, 3.8 and beyond that they haven't told us about. And some of the stuff is secret ships, secret vehicles, gameplay mechanics, that sort of stuff. They might have told us about it once or whatever. There might be rumors about it, but they sort of like they're not on the roadmap. They're not on the roadmap, and they're going to be there. You're watching me on your Valve Index. I got my Valve Index over there. I played Aperture Hand Lab yesterday. I was like, this is really good. Oh, it's only like 5 minutes long. That's a shame. There's no real games that I can play and experience the index with properly yet. Which is a shame. Maybe we get salvage in 3.8 still. That's the plan, it looks like. The game is set in the future. Why aren't helmets, visors, photosensitive, and auto-dimming? Okay, so I want anything that you look out of to not have glare on it. Have one-way reflections and glare and shit, okay? Just have it for if you're trying to look in somewhere. But not if you're trying to look out. I'm looking out of my helmet, looking out of my cockpit. Don't give me bullshit blinding stuff or whatever. Okay? Perfect. Boom. Next. Do you think the anniversary sale can be at the same time as CitizenCon? Yes, I think it will be. In fact, it will be. The reason I say that is because go to the CitizenCon page. We know that CitizenCon is going to be on the 23rd of November, which is typically when the anniversary sale starts. And it's a part of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, which is the anniversary sale. So I also suspect there will be an in-game event. And it's sponsored by Anvil Aerospace. So maybe another Anvil ship. Maybe some stuff straight to Flyable. Oh, yes! Lautep, thank you very much. Here's a donation for your travels to CitizenCon. So I want to know what people think. Should I go down to CitizenCon a day early for meetups and bar citizens and to chill? Do people think that's a good idea? I've got some flexible tickets. So I've currently booked the day before for my hotel and for my flight, but I can change it to just the day of CitizenCon because I can get there early morning. I get a bit of like travel anxiety. I'd prefer to do it all in one day, but I'd also like to, you know, chill and see people and hang around with people that are in Manchester for CitizenCon. But thank you so much, Lotep. You're fucking legend. Mwah! Very, very useful at the moment. Yeah, so I think CitizenCon, same time as the anniversary sale. Almost certainly. And I expect we might see Titan seats, we might see some street to flyable and drivable things, some new concept stuff. I'd expect there to be 2 to 4 new concept and straight to flyable things. Mate, I've been looking for a wild 3.6 for ages. Thank you very much, Connor Hudson, for the you know, hosting Bob. Yo, bored, long-time lurker, CIG have made a mistake and are contradicting themselves, in my opinion. The roadmap with features for patches contradict the date-driven release cycle. Okay, not if they keep on updating that roadmap and say that stuff's being pushed back and forward. So, roadmaps are fine, but they need to tell us at the earliest possible stage when features move. We just need to be aware that those features move around. It obviously causes a bit of depression and annoyance from people, but it is just it's just part and parcel of the Star Citizen, sort of like the way they do things. So I like the roadmap. I like date-driven. Obviously, they haven't kept to the date-driven sort of like thing they want at the moment. Sometimes there are going to be delays, especially with the patches. Sometimes they're gonna meet their targets. Finger guns, pew pew pew. Thank you very much, JP Sandman. Very much appreciated. But I mean, I don't think they contradict themselves as long as you take everything they say with obviously this is the current plans for it and stuff changes with the roadmap. We all know that now. Is full persistence really full persistence if there will be a beta reset and a full launch reset? It's more persistent than we've ever had once they go to full persistence, and it's possible they will say no, it's permanent now. We're moving over to UEC. That's when really it's full persistence. Do you see what I mean? That's when there's no more resets, in my opinion. But yeah, they do need to, once they say this is server object container streaming, true persistence, bam, we're live. They do need to tell us exactly what they mean by that. Are you likely to reset the game? Is there no chance of a reset? Are you planning to reset for the beta and for a launch? Has there been talks of alien capital ships being accessible at some point to use and obtain in-game and Star Citizen? Not really. We know that there's going to be alien capital ships, but we're not sure if we're going to be able to fly them or use them. Things like the Kingship, for example, as far as I'm aware, especially for Squadron 42, they haven't got the full interiors done. They've only got the interiors done to the level they need them to be done, so you'll be able to, maybe you'll be assaulting them, or maybe there's some of them will be used for cutscenes or whatever, but they haven't got the full interiors made, and nor do they need them. I think that's probably what they might still do. In the future, maybe they'll fully flesh them out. In the future, maybe that some of the alien capital ships, the capital ones, will be usable by players who are capturable. I think one of the things with the Vandal ships, for example, is they're supposed to detonate themselves, as it's really hard to capture them. So they could do that with capital ships and just go, no, capture it, it explodes. But we might see Xi'an capital ships. Obviously, there's the Banu Merchantman, which is pretty much capital size. There might be some other Banu capital ships. There might be Tavaran capital ships. We haven't even seen the Kurthak yet. Oh, JOB! I expect you to stay someplace nice in Manchester with this pod. Thank you very much for the monies. No, I've got a nice place. I booked a place. It was nice. It wasn't amazing, but it was nice. Like just right next to the venue. I think it was like £110 a night. Like perfect. And go there, and it's easy access to the event and to any bars or whatever. I think potentially we'll go down on Friday if people are around. Say hi and have some drinks and chill. Beautiful potato. Well, thank you. Yeah, so Star Citizen has some quite strong technical debt, but they're trying to manage that to a reasonable level. Not hating on the Carrack, far from it, as planning to upgrade my Dur to one. Looking at the captain's quarters, it felt like it was a bit bland from the anvil style of hexagonal doorways. Yeah, so you've got to also remember that some of these ships are going to look a bit spartan at the moment until they're fully dressed. So expect them to look a lot better once they are finished. And then there's going to be customization options as well. Permadeath is coming, indeed. Super disappointed with BoredGamer and his live stream. Oh, I didn't win the giveaway. I'm very sorry. Only one person each month can win the giveaway. Who won the 890 jump? It was... Oh my god, I can't remember his name. He's actually in chat. Atuya. It's in my Discord. It's in Reddit. It's going to be in a video that's going to go live in about half an hour. Do you think there will be active jump points before Squadron 42 is released? Potentially, though I do think that probably around the same time is when they have... So I think next year we will have jump point at least, and a new system at least, maybe more. DCS World is an amazing flying sim. Lots of people have actually recommended that to me, so I will check it out at some point. Are they ever going to add sunglasses to the game? Almost certainly. I'm surprised there's not sunglasses in the game yet. I'm very good, Labam. Thank you very much for asking. Is an SSD important for Star Citizen? I would say so at the moment, yes. I think SSDs are actually quite important for operating system and a lot of games. A lot of modern games. So, Star Citizen, you're going to notice significantly shorter loading times and less potential stutter. Could they help fix the server bog downs if they opened a new system and then split 50 players between two servers for two systems? Okay, so just in general, server-side object container streaming and then server meshing, that's sort of like what they're working towards. Being able to split the player base between multiple servers and then seamlessly hand over. The server meshing first stage is just seamless handovers to other servers. Where are we? Oh, thank you very much for the raid, Mac. Very much appreciated. I'm several minutes behind, though, so I hadn't seen that raid. I mean, I've already been boarded. All the crew have been killed. Thank you very much appreciated. Go a day early, enjoy yourself, you deserve it. So Matt T, it's sort of like, okay, so when I'm talking about going a day early, there is a little bit of panic. I don't like traveling. I worry about not being with my main PC. I worry about not being able to cover videos and content. So there's sort of like, I like working. I love working. Taking a day off isn't like a holiday for me. It's an anxiety thing. Now, that's fine. But me, if I'm networking, or if I'm chatting to people, or if I'm there to meet people, or if I'm there to say hello to people, or I feel like I'm doing something that's worthwhile for the channel or something, I am very sort of like need to be working driven. And that's a bit monstrous, but it is true, unfortunately. As far as messes go, Star Citizen is a great mess to play. That is true. Does anyone have the bug with auto landing? Probably. Star Citizen. Everyone has a bug with everything. Does the law system cover all planets in 3.6 with all functions, or just Hurston? So there was multiple jurisdictions. So yeah, basically it covers multiple different areas, not just Hurston. And there's different laws in those different areas, some of which are misdemeanors, which will get you fines, which you have to then pay off in that local area of space. But if you commit a crime in Hurston, the Hurston security forces should come after you if it's that kind of crime, or you'll have to pay the fine off in Hurston space. You're about to be raided, bro. This is like 5 minutes ago, unfortunately, or maybe longer. I picked up a Starfarer as a loner. Will 3.7's refueling or fueling features flush out the usefulness of the ship? No. The fueling elements in 3.7 are more just a more realistic use of fuel and ships gathering fuel as they just generally travel. So like the intakes of fuel, I believe, rather than proper refueling mechanics. Have you seen the vids for the new space FPS called Boundary? No. Staying is still up, but feel free to PM me about that. I will take a look at it. Thank you for the raid. Just going actually to the raid and chat now. Yatani Corporation is a great org. What do you think, BoredGamer? They were at CitizenCon last year, weren't they? I think that they seem like a good bunch of chaps. They're cosplayers as well, I think. What they did last year. Yeah, I'd be happy to interview and talk to them and that sort of stuff again. No one ever talks about the things they sneak in, though. Everyone upplays the things that move. I just think, well, it's just time. It's much easier to vocalize anger and annoyance than it is to praise something. Because if you praise something, someone will call you a shill. If you're angry or annoying, people are more likely to go, oh, you're so reasonable. The way I see it, anyway. Just arrived. Did someone say something about straight to flyable ships? Yeah, so they're moving away from concept sales. I mean, they're still going to be concept sales in the short to mid-term, but they're looking towards doing straight to flyable ships and straight to flyable vehicles. So basically, they'll go, and now the ship's out. You didn't know about it. Here's the sale, and it's available in game. That sort of stuff. Beautiful manu. Thank you very much, JD Souls, in your donation again, JOB or job. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you for all the love. Why have you got your headphones off? Because I don't need them on. Really hot as well. Really muggy inside. Not as bad as it was yesterday. I've got my Valve Index, okay? So, this is really fucking hot when you put it on, okay? It's very comfortable. I've got fucking glasses on. But this, I've broken it. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. It's fine. It's good. It's fixed. My index. And these controllers, Knuckles controllers, are amazing. Like, they sort of like reasonably accurately track all your fingers. Like your thumb has to rest in a certain place for it to know that your thumb's down rather than up. But they are absolutely fantastic. And once I tighten it up, it's not coming off. I can relax my hand. It knows when I'm gripping it. You can put pressure on it. And that will, so one of the things in Aperture Hand Labs is give a robot a handshake. And it goes, not like, don't do it like that. That was really weak and limp-wristed. Give it a proper grip. You can grab his hand, pull it off. And yeah, it's really, they feel really fucking good. They feel really good. And it's really good for aiming and but yeah, I absolutely love them. I think they're fantastic. But the best part, probably, of the index for me. So maybe if you can get an Oculus working with them somehow, or just the Vive, it might be worth just getting the Knuckles. But the headset's fantastic as well. 144 hertz at higher res, and you can upscale the res, and yeah, it's slick. It's slick tech. It's VR generation 1.5. It's not version 2 yet. There's not any games that really make use of it yet properly. There's a few that have sort of like jury rigged to work with it. Over the next like couple of months, I suspect a load of games will be working really well for the Vive. For the Valve Index, and that's what I'm looking forward to. But it's been just too hot to play with it, really. Is there any advantage to buying multiple ship packages instead of standalone ships? Not really, in my opinion, after you've got one game package. As long as you've got one. Are we expecting 3.6 to be in wider PTU for a long time like 3.5? We don't know yet. It's unfortunately as simple as that. Depends on how easy it is to integrate the rest of the features, and then are there any blockers? If you think about it, though, there isn't any huge new gameplay area. Obviously, there are some larger gameplay loops, and that sort of fills into lots of things. But there's no huge new gameplay mechanics. There's no huge new gameplay area, really, in my opinion. Well, I mean, the lore system is pretty big. So there's the back market. So with some of the new missions. So, but patches have been a lot bigger and not been in PT for a huge time. So that's what I'm trying to say. Can I keep a good night, mate? Thank you very much for the love. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much, XX Sunnail XX for the host. Is the winner of the Night Jump public? Yes, it's in my Reddit, in the Discord. It's going to be in a video in a minute, which is going to be live. I'll probably stop the stream around about when it comes out, and I will show it. I'll actually just fucking have it up on my screen. Did someone must have commented on it. Have it listed in the July one? Yeah, I do. So, Atumia? This dude. Boom. Comes into the chat and says, does it have LTI? That's what the fucker said. BoredGamer is our love spud. Wow, that does... What else we got here? Do you know if there's going to be insurance on rentals and new purchases of ships in 3.6.x? What's your thoughts on this? So, as I understand it, anytime you rent a ship, in the earliest stages anyway, you'll have an option of 1, 3, or 7 days. 1, 3, 5, or 7 days. Although, potentially, they might just say, or it was, for the first iteration, it's going to have 3 days as flat rentals or whatever. Those ships are then owned by you until the timer runs out. And then that's the same as reclaiming and stuff like that as well. So you can reclaim the ship freely, all that sort of stuff. In the future, there's probably going to be multiple times that you can sort of like dynamic sort of time for rental, or you just keep on getting charged for rentals if you don't take the rental back, and you'll have to go and deliver your rental ship back. I'd quite like... And actually, I do have an 890 jump. Um, 3.3.5 was a patch where they were trying to get server-side object container streaming out, and they went, we want to get object container streaming out, but they also wanted to have something to release around CitizenCon time. That there are definite changes and exceptions to the way that they do the roadmap, even when they say they're going to do it date-driven or time-driven or feature-driven or whatever. The nature is Star Citizen, unfortunately. I just wish they would tell us at the earliest possible stage changes to stuff. And that's all I really want. Go, yeah, I'm fine with it being agile, really agile, and keep on changing. Just keep on telling us. Keep on telling us at the earliest stage. Do you think that in the far future, the persistent universe will be able to play as different alien factions, including Vandal, and have access to the alien worlds? Don't know about the Vandal. I know in the, at least to the medium term, you're only going to be able to play human. They did say, yeah, they would be looking at potentially having alien playable characters in the future, though, which that's probably quite a long way off, though, if they do it. What's your setup specs? I've got an 8700K and a 1080 Ti and 64 gigs of RAM and multiple M2 drives as SSDs. I am, once we get the new specs on the new Ryzen processors, the new Intel processors, the new NVIDIA Super Range, the new AMD graphics cards, and the new motherboards that are coming out, I will consider upgrading. As I want to hit high frame rates in VR at 144 Hz. Yeah, we can have the Board Yacht 9000. Or the Board Yacht 9001. So it's over 9000. They're already dead. Is weight going to be a factor? How dare you? Oh, like a fully loaded Kraken will keep its base weight when lifting off, or do ships on its landing pads add to the weight of the Kraken? Ships on the landing pads will add to the weight of the Kraken. They're part of its physics grid. Cargo will add to it. I think people's weight will add to it. That's the plan anyway. How's Squadron 42 coming? Do you feel it would be good gameplay come 2020? I'm hoping it's released at the end of 2020. At the very, I mean, I'm also hoping that we see a Squadron 42 release date given at CitizenCon. That would be fucking epic. Back to where it all begins, though, as well, with the sort of like UK CitizenCon, in my opinion. So, I mean, it has to be good gameplay in my head, sort of thing. Like they can't have a good game. It has to be a great game. Like they have to. They've put so much time and effort into it. They've redone it. If it's just a good game, well, I'm sorry, that's going to annoy me. I'm not going to feel that CIG have got the vision. I'm not going to feel that they've got that. They spent the extra time and effort. But I've got a good level of confidence that it's going to be a great or an amazing game. And I mean, it needs to be at least hitting 90% sort of review-wise, at least. Really, 95 plus. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, they've taken extra time to do it. They've got all these super actors. There's huge expectations for it, and that's one of the double-edged swords of Star Citizen, the hype and expectations of it. And everyone's expectations are different for different elements of it. It's an interesting one. It's an amazing project to follow. And I mean, I absolutely love the community, and I love the game, and I even love the broken parts of it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's really interesting. It's got some elements of Eve in it. It's got elements of first-person shooters in it. It's got elements of some of the truly great sort of space sims like Free Space 2 and stuff in it. And obviously Wing Commander. Any word or estimate on the flight readiness of the Vulcan? Nope. Middle of next year, at the earliest. The drone gameplay. What else have we got? Boop, 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 boop. Has it been explained how crimes will be monitored and reported? Space magic. So I believe if you're in range of a station or a comm array that's on, you get seen. Same if you're seen while by security or NPC ships. It might be if you're scanned by players or NPCs when you've got stolen goods or contraband on you. Look at that gaming chair, boys. This is a this is one of the most potentially one of the best chairs in the world. This is Herman Miller Aeron. I think it's the latest edition of it as well. Got it second hand though. Pretty good for my back. I thought, as I'm going to be spending the next like 5 to 10 years sitting down a lot, I'll get a good chair to match. Gib Evocati leaks, you know you want to do it. Yes, I do, but I'm not allowed to. Trump closes the southern border. Will CIG struggle to get hold of avocados for PTU testing? Oh my god, and quinoa. No, my diet. All them whales indeed. When will the next concept spell be? We don't know. So it's possible that 3.6 has some straight-to-flyable or drivable things in it that are sort of like rumoured. We don't know that for sure though at all. If not, then I do suspect we will at least see a concept sale this month. But no idea when. If we get space whales in games, should CIG give us an anime-themed whaling ship? What? What? How does an anime whaling ship, themed whaling ship, fit into Star Citizen lore? Good question, Anit. Can you get that, Chris, red phone in your office? No, but Saurus has one, I think. He mounted up on his wall. Do people want me to buy a red phone? I will buy a red phone for stream if you want me to. I'm happy to do that shit. I can do skits and go, yeah. Yeah, I think the community's a bunch of assholes as well. Yeah, I know. It's just for the money. Yeah. I mean, I happily do shit like that. Do you think the future with persistence and rentals, if you don't return the ship, the system will send out repo missions and will add a mullet hairstyle? I think maybe. Yeah, if it's potentially, if it's stolen or you're not returning it after a certain period of time, maybe you'll get fines and like whatever. Or maybe it will just keep on charging you. Maybe there will be bounty hunters for it. It's all extra gameplay, isn't it? That probably isn't that hard to implement, so... Have you considered putting out your content in other languages, such as Spanish, French, or German? Yes. Spanish, Enio helps me actually a lot with. He does translations on some of my videos. He's actually just translated one of my articles into Spanish. I was building a Spanish section of my website, and I was going to do the same for French and German. So you can go to my website and read all of my videos as articles in the different languages. I was also going to try and get French and German community members as well to translate my videos, but is copywriting anticipating streaming tech to bring in larger worlds with ray tracing in mind at 60 frames per second at 4K. Do you think they'll figure out the tech we need? So I mean, they'll figure out the tech for that. The tech that Star Citizen's doing is very doable, I believe, but it's very specific to them. They're not going to be able to bastardize someone else's tech. That's what they did with the CryEngine originally, and then moved on to the Lumberyard Engine, which is pretty much the same thing. but they had to build a lot of this stuff themselves. I mean, server meshing is actually in with other games like, I know, Atlas or anything that allows you to move between servers. It's just not done seamlessly in the way that Star Citizen want to do it. A lot of this stuff they have to build themselves. When does Squadron 42 take place in lore? Before the persistent universe. Is it 2942 as well? Something like that. What is the ship of the month for the subscribers in July? Someone said the 600i. Citation needed. Lawful players don't venture out of range of lawful stations and outposts. It's no man's land. Board, I got 3 Herman Millers from my client's office that closed. Now everyone in my office is after it. 2 at home too. They're great. Yeah. Herman Miller, some of the best chairs in the world for general ergonomics. They might not be gaming chairs, but I mean that they're great for everything. How long do you think until 3.6 gets Wave 1 PTU? Potentially we could have it today. It's going to be based on no-go meetings and whether they can clear the blockers out. Do you think CIG will hold CitizenCon in states in the future? Yeah, they cycle around to UK, Germany, and the US. Is there a way to stealthily sneak onto comm arrays and turn them off? There may be in 3.6. But almost certainly in the future beyond that. With customization options now in, how do you think they will address older ships? Horizon updates on the back burner. We'll see customization reworks appearing for ships in the roadmap. Yeah. They'll add them to the customization system. So they both have aftermarket and point of purchase customization. Will there be some mech, like robot armors? Yeah. So they're building Titan suits for the game, which are sort of like Iron Man type armor suits. They are planned to be done towards the end of this year for Squadron 42 purposes anyway. And I'm expecting to see them at CitizenCon. Hoping it's probably a better term for that. Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to the Corsair as well. Cheap version of the Carrack, pretty much. Although, I suppose it's really trying to compete more with the Constellation Aquila. I don't see much point in Evocati leaks because it's buggy as hell, everything changes a lot, and many issues and concerns become irrelevant, and Star Citizen hits wide release in a few weeks. Yeah, it's typically only a couple of weeks normally from Evocati to a wider PTU, but reckon the Carrack will go up in price at the anniversary sale. Maybe? Don't know. It's already gone up once to, what, $400? You said you were Evocati, right? Yes, Gordon, I am. Wave 1 today? It's possible. When can we expect planets orbiting the star? That's something they want to do. I don't know when, though. Then they need to have quantum travel times or quantum travel coordinates be dynamic and keep on drawing things. It's complicated to have, but they do want it. And I suspect they will have it at some point in the not too distant future. Correct, 2942, yeah. And it was, I vaguely remembered it was around then. Well, it's definitely a 600i available for me at the moment, and I don't own one. Okay, that makes sense. It looks like it's probably the 600i. It might be a load of the Origin ships. You got any more of the Origin ships, Captain Carrot? See you later, Ash. Take care, mate. Thanks for joining us. Do we have any idea when tractor beams are coming? Nope. We haven't talked about tractor beam tech for a while. We know obviously such ships have them. We know that the SRVs, obviously main mechanic is it. Things like the Caterpillar and the Cutlass and that sort of stuff do have tractor beams. And those tractor beams are going to be useful for picking up stuff, helping stuff mine and things, utility purposes, getting people out of orbit. We're getting ships off planets, lots of different things. We don't know when. Will be the one more thing or Valkyrie moment at this year's CitizenCon. Jump points, star systems, aliens, Titan suit. There's loads of stuff they could do. 3.8 gameplay in general, so showing off, and 3.9 gameplay, so showing off Horizon and Microtech, new Babbage, as I've said. Not the rumours on my channel. It gets disseminated between the other content creators, and I go, yeah. Oh, look how insightful you are. Coming up with the same expectations. No, I'm taking the piss. Oh, shit. How much did I spend on Star Citizen? I spent about $3,000. Typically, though, I've gone, well, I'll buy this because I want to make content on it, or people have donated money specifically so I can buy a ship. If you want to donate money with a specific ship in mind for some reason, I will use that donation to buy that ship if I don't already have it. That sort of thing. Do you think CIG is demanding too much from AI? Well, they're not demanding fucking anything from it at the moment. It does fuck all. So I'm a bit... There's been AI problems for ages and they need to fix them. I know they're still writing the AI. I know there's server problems. And I know that they will be coming eventually. The proper AI, I do know that. It's just annoying. It's like... Star Citizen would be so much more playable if the NPCs and AI worked properly. Or to a reasonable degree. Especially considering how small their AI team is. They are recruiting AI people. They've got a reasonable sized AI team. Completely dynamic actions, responses, even for stationary bartenders, same Successor. I mean, I don't necessarily think so. I mean, they want... It's all broken down into different things for different teams. Like, I'm okay with them working on vendors and bartenders and that sort of stuff. As long as it's not going to delay the rest of the AI by months and months and months. So in the background, this is Squadron 42's Vertical Slice. Currently on Gainey, which is Odin 1A. The Odin planet. Odin has become the coil. But this is like a rogue moon now. The 600i was the subscribership for June. Sounds like they haven't updated it for July yet. Okay. I have a lot of 890 jump hype as well. Like, I want it. It's, you know, I want it to work as well. If you makes you run faster. So, I mean, there might be little buffs and debuffs from things like that you eat and drink. However, it's more sort of like going to be the player status system where it will track inebriation and environmental stuff, but also if you're hungry and thirsty. Yeah, so, yeah, there could be buffs, debuffs, and things. There's hygiene. That's all tracked. Will be tracked. 3,000 jump change. I mean, I've got a lot more ships worth a lot more than that. I've only spent 3,000 myself. People give me stuff. Got a javelin for fuck's sake, no. AI has always been terrible in Crytek engine games. Is it Cryothea? Is that a problem with just that Cry AI? Will we be able to hire NPCs to pilot our cargo ships while we fly fighter escorts? I believe so. .6 tomorrow? Question mark. We genuinely could have wider PTU early today. But I don't know. I literally don't know. I would expect it this week, but I expected it last week. I expected 3.6 to be everyone PTU by today, but obviously it hasn't. So as far as going to be based on the blockers, it's going to be based on whether they can get everything integrated properly, and whether they go, yeah, fuck it, wider PTU, which I'm hoping today. I'm going to be saying that every day until it is released, okay? But genuinely, it could be any time. Are you accepting bar staff applications aboard your 890? Fuck yes, Sodwhite. Damn right. With the introduction of scrapyards on Hurston in 3.8, what? In 3.6, we're getting scrapyards. Can we eat all the scrap with a reclaimer in 3.8? I see, and sell it back to them for huge riches. We're not entirely sure exactly how the first iteration of salvage is going to work. I suspect it will be the ability to strip hulls, so like mining hulls in a similar way. It might be specific scrap zones of destroyed ships. We don't know. So in about 5 minutes, a BoredGamer / Star Citizen channel updates will go live on my channel, and I will be sort of like timing my this to end around then, so you can go and watch that basically. If we are all at God experiencing creation together through all of life, aren't we all Chris Roberts? And aren't we all BoredGamer? Oh shit, son. Lucky you guys, eh? Law system good or law system bad? Law system necessary, law system probably good. Board podcast, question mark? Yeah, got it all planned. Sort of waiting for 3.6 to be done. I will be poking some more content creators over the next couple of weeks to appear on my first one. Highballs for everyone. What capital ship do you think will be coming next after the 890 jump? The Carrack well, actually the Carrack's probably slightly too small to be a capital ship, but I do consider it a sort of like compressed capital ship. I don't really know. I mean, it's potentially we could be moving into the Idris P sort of realms. Is the next one. Host a murder mystery aboard the 890 jump. That's actually a good idea. We're all bored of Chris Roberts. Is that the same? 3.6 not even Evocati for this long makes me nervous. It might end up being the buggiest patch since 3.0. That is a potential. That is a possibility. And I'm hoping it fixes the problems rather than creates them, but it's possible. It's not. Any recollection of a menu system that will enable us to give orders to promote, dismiss NPCs from Audi crew? Yeah, we don't know what system we're going to get to order NPCs and crew around. I suspect it will be something pretty simple. Atumia, hello again. Did I miss anything? Oh, I gave away your ship to someone else. No, we didn't. That's a joke. You finally caught on the live streams. Congratulations, the St. John's. I am just about to stop though, because there's a video just about to go live. BoredGamer did a big reveal. What did I reveal, Anit? Made a mystery, sign me up. Yeah, we'll do some silly content. I promise that lots more gameplay stuff for when 3.6 goes live. Assuming it's playable. Assuming it's not worse than 3.5 for playability. And then I'll do lots of in-game gameplay stuff and live stuff. I'm so happy I still know. Stop trolling people, Anit. Skip 3 of my questions. I'm done. Have I skipped your question? Have you got question in brackets then? Oh, I have. Sorry, Randy. It jumps ahead and back and stuff. Logarithmic jumping and physics. For example, if you work out your character more, will they be able to punch and stagger people for longer or jump higher? No. As far as I'm aware, there is no systems for that they've got planned. It's just a player status system if you eat and drink. If I can find any of your other ones. I talked about your coffee making you run faster. I talked about the player status system as well. They're getting all whiny. Look at him. No. But maybe I had actually missed all 3 of them. I don't think it breaks my ETF NDA, not buggy at all like 3.0. That's, well, yeah, fucking fair enough. Favorite topping on pizza? Chicken, sweet corn, and mushroom with a barbecue, well, with garlic base. Get rid of the tomato. Just have it as basically a garlic bread. Chicken, sweet corn, maybe mushrooms. Probably just chicken and sweet corn, to be honest. Will you be playing Starbase? I can't vaguely remember what Starbase. PM me a link with Starbase. You think that CIG should scale back now on the number of roadmap commitments, considering the number of completed items compared to the large number of commits from the next 6 months? I think they should just reschedule. They need to reschedule the roadmap, and then they just need to keep on updating the roadmap at the earliest possible time with everything they know. Just keep on doing that. Really, really, really rapidly iterates. Like, yeah, stuff's getting moved, stuff getting moved, stuff getting moved. That's fine. Just tell me at the earliest possible stage what your plans are. Someone tell him about Shadowplay. Someone tell him Price about Shadowplay. Get Shadow. I'm a shill for it. It allows you to have a Windows 10 gaming PC environment on your phone or any of your laptops or whatever, using the power of the internet. Just leverages streaming so you can have a shit PC and just run it as a gaming PC. It's great. It's not great for everyone, and it does rely on your internet connection. So bear that in mind. There's links down below, or in one of my videos down below. Just check out my latest video that's just gone live. And that's what we're going to do in a second. I'm going to jump off in a second, let you guys watch that, because, you know, helps promote myself. My brund. This is a bit more speculative, but how far do you think they'll take base building? Players building apartments or factories, like pre-built structures. I would like more and more. I'd like some levels of crafting and industry and game when it comes to that, and I would be happy with base building up to quite big levels as long as those bases can be destroyed and taken over. I want to just be dislodging pirates and that sort of stuff. When I go out of UEE territory, I think the way that you dislodge an organization should be sort of like you destroy their base of operations in that area. That's the way I do it. So I like the idea. I love the idea of being able to have mining facilities that then refine, that then change that into munitions. I like the idea of being able to have more buildings than just outposts. We'll have to see what's reasonable and a good idea. And it might just evolve over many years, and that we just have outposts in the shorter term, and then more later we get more and more building options. Oh, Newt is basically a shadow shield for me now, because he likes shadow so much. Do you think preemptive strikes will be considered self-defense eventually, or do we will we have murdered, or will we have to be murdered before it would be legal to defend ourselves? Okay, so I think if you're committing an act of violence or attacking someone beyond a certain threshold, whatever, if they have not done a hostile action to you, and they're not already flagged as a criminal or whatever, they're not a criminal, then you are committing a crime against them. And if they damage you or do something which allows you to then defend yourself, then you can defend yourself. And that could be as simple as them knocking onto you, maybe. Maybe they go, you've been target locked by this ship. You can defend yourself now. They'll evolve those systems so that they're not exploitable, or as least exploitable as possible. Jonathan Durr, thank you very much for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Mitchell Hoffman, how do you feel about the overall dev progress? It's slow. It's annoying that it's slow. There are parts of it that I don't like, and there's parts of it I love. Like, they are just now starting to deliver. I think what it is that some of the stuff they show us for Squadron 42, well, CitizenCon this year is going to be a big test of them, of sort of like, is 2019 been worth it for all the stuff and the way that they're developing, the way they're doing their scheduling and stuff? Are they proven that this is a good method for doing it? And I think that when they release Squadron 42, it's another good sort of like a litmus test or indicator of Do they have the right idea of the vision and their sort of like development process? Is it a good game? When can they get that out? There's a lot of stuff that needs to come together that I can go, well, I don't like the fact it's taking so fucking long, because I don't. It's a ridiculous long time. But is it worth it? I don't know yet. I mean, I'm going to have fun, probably whatever, and I've had a great amount of fun and been able to run a YouTube channel based on Star Citizen, covering its news and doing speculation and all that sort of stuff. So it's fantastic for me, and I can only see it growing and getting better. I mean, when Star Citizen gets a bit more flesh on its bones, potentially at this year's CitizenCon, or next year or whatever, my channel should hopefully do significantly better out of that. So I'm very much looking forward to that stuff coming out. So I'm biased in the fact that, yes, I do think it's taking a long time and too long for me, but it might be worth it. Oh, thank you very much for championing Shadow as well, Nate. That's very much appreciated. Yeah, should get better and better as well, Shadow, with Star Citizen. Star Citizen gets more optimized. Shadow PCs get better. Hopefully some truly great announcements at CitizenCon this year, indeed. Right, I am going to dash off, but I am going to leave you a link. Oh, someone says, has sex with all your mamas. And I think it's, I think it caught it just in time. Let's link my video that just came out. Force people to watch it. Bam. Bam. No, a shareable link. There is the video that's just come out from me. It's just a channel update, going over all the stuff and plans for the month and all that sort of stuff. Talking about us, like waiting on 3.6. I'm going to dash off in a second. There's any other questions I should... Chris Roberts puts his arm over your shoulder and takes you to one side at CitizenCon. He offers to build a new capital ship with your face on the front of it and name a planet after you with a golden statue of you in the city. Or a golden... a capital ship with my face on. Or name a planet after you with a golden statue. Planet after me and the golden statue. Definitely. Because if it's got my face on it, no one's going to buy a ship that's really ugly. It's like, this is the new Aurora. Lol, lol, lol. Right. Thank you very much for the love. Thank you very much for the donations. Thank you very much for the continued support of the channel. It's genuinely appreciated. There's lots of stuff coming in the future. Yeah, waiting on 3.6. But I do love you guys. Like, you're the best. Do you think there's more things that are... Do you think there is more things are done on the roadmap? Yes. There's stuff on the road that's done that's not on the roadmap. And the stuff that they're working on that's not on the roadmap that is going to be done during the time of the roadmap. As they get more and more certain bits done, progress is going to speed up. Yes, I mean, once Squadron 42 is out the door and that sort of stuff, I would expect it to speed up. Right. I love you guys. Thank you very much. Kisses. Hopefully 3.6 will go to a wider PTU today or released fucking soon. If it doesn't go this week, then I'll have to cry in the corner. But thank you very much. Go check out my latest video. It's just come out, and I will love you and leave you. Take care, guys. Peace.